These are some of the highest probability plays for today in the NBA. This is the Daily Profit brought to you by Linemaker Sports. I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. On today's show, we are going to break down the NBA because it is back, and we're going to go over some of the highest probabilities in the NBA. But before we get to that, let's talk about last weekend, all right, and last show and all that throughout the weekend. We'll bring up some of the plays. Let's go through what happened over the weekend. So, in the NFL, we had Justin Jefferson. He had a 73% probability to go over 74.5 receiving yards. He ended up getting that, I think, in the third quarter. So he got that one pretty easily. On Friday, we had the Mets' David Peterson to go under 2.5 earned runs. He had an 88% probability for that. He ended up getting hit for 2 earned runs, so he ended up hitting that. Then we had the same day on Friday, we had the Oregon Ducks' Jordan James, 83% probability for him to go over 89.5 rushing yards. He didn't play the second half, so kind of hard to hit that number when you only play the first half. He had 50 yards in the first half. He was on pace, but he didn't play the second half, so we ended up losing that one. Then on NFL Sunday, we also had Bijan Robinson. He had a 75% probability to go over 50-plus rushing yards. He went off in the first half, so he had that in the first half. That was pretty easy for there. And then Monday Night Football, we had Baker Mayfield had a 72% probability to go under 279.5 passing yards. He had a chance to get there if Baltimore would have recovered the onside kick at the end of the game and just ran the clock out. But instead, that didn't happen, and he got plenty more opportunities to rack up some passing yards. So nothing you could do about that. And we also had Lamar Jackson. He had an 88% probability to get 40-plus rushing yards, and he ended up eclipsing that. I think he had like 52 or something like that, so that one was pretty easy. So decent weekend, not too bad. Like I said, guys, probabilities are everything. If you could figure out exactly those probabilities in all the matchups throughout the weekend is the toughest time for sports bettors because there's so much stuff going on, and sometimes you get lost in the sauce in there, and you don't know what to bet on, and there's just so much information out there, you don't know what to look for. If you are struggling with that, make sure you guys go click the link in the description because I teach you guys all this stuff one-on-one, and I show you exactly how to come up with all these probabilities for yourself. So let's get into today. The NBA is back. All right, we are going to start out with Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has a 52% chance to go over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. You see PRA? That means points, rebounds, and assists. That's total. All right, these are alternate numbers too that I'm showing you right now. These are alternate numbers. He also has a 65% chance to go under 43.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, now the only thing is with this game today is Big Cat's joining the Knicks. All right, so Karl Anthony Towns is joining the Knicks, so we don't know how that's going to change kind of how everything goes offensively. All right, I'm pretty sure everything's still going to run through Jalen Brunson, but you do add another guy into the mix there, it could take away some usage points. Could, possibly. All right, but there is a 52% chance for him to go over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and a 65% chance to go under 43.5. All right, so if you're looking for a differential there, obviously, the more the value probably on the under. All right, now let's go ahead and take a look at Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has a 63% probability to go over 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists, so 30 pretty much. All right, but that changes drastically if we look at the under. We look at the alternate under here, 37.5 points, rebounds, assists, 75%. All right, so 75% chance for him to go under 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. The Knicks are pretty good defensively. All right, so that's pretty much why if you look through Jaylen Brown's season last year, when he goes against some of the good teams that are guarding small forwards, because that's what he plays, he didn't do that well. So that's pretty much where that number is coming from as well. So 75% opportunity for him to go under that 37.5 mark, but 63% for him to go over 30. Of course, you want to go with the higher percentage, right? So here you could lean towards the under. Now let's talk about Jason Tatum. We got a big discrepancy here with Jason Tatum. So 47% chance for him to go over 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. But if we flop that and we look at the under for him at 44.5, there's a 72% chance of him to go under that number of 44.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And again, that is going against similar defenses as the New York Knicks last year. So you kind of got to look here and be like, there's no way you're going to take the over on Jason Tatum probably. All right, there's only one way to go here with Jason Tatum, so it's probably going to be the under. Now let's go ahead and get to Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, he's got a 57% probability to go over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And that goes up if we flop it to the under. That goes 66% for him to go under 44.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, again, when we're looking at what I'm showing you here, I'm showing you both sides. Okay, so you obviously want to be able to be on the side that has the highest probability. Now, both sides have pretty much the same odds. So that's why I did these alternate numbers, because they both have the same odds on each side. So, for example, Anthony Davis over 37.5 is like minus 220 or whatnot. Him under 44.5 is pretty much minus 220. So you get the same odds range there, but different probabilities. So let's go through them one more time and kind of put that into calculation. So 52% for him to go over 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Jalen Brunson at about minus 200 or minus 220 with a 52% chance. That's not good. Okay, that's pretty much a negative edge there. Now, you flip it to the under, 65% opportunity for him to go under 43.5. You kind of have a little bit of an edge there. Not much, but you have a little bit. Better than the over, okay? Now let's go to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, again, same number for the over as for the under, around the same odds range. So 63% for the over, 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That gives you maybe a tiny little bit of an edge, but not much. Now the 75% for the under 37.5, yes, you do have a decent edge on that. So that's where you would probably circle that one, if you're looking for tonight, something in the NBA games. Jason Tatum as well, terrible for the over here. So there's no way you can go with the over. You have negative edge. All right, 47% for him to go over 36.5. That's at like minus 230, I think it is. So you have a negative edge there. But flip it, you have about minus 210 or minus 200 for 44.5 for the under. And you got a 72% probability there. There you have a bit of an edge. So that's how you can decipher these when I give them to you. All right, because the NBA, I'm going to give you guys both sides. Every time on the show we go through the NBA, I'm going to give you both sides so that way you can see, which one has the edge. Anthony Davis here, the edge, not on the over. And the edge is really a little bit on the under, but not much. Okay, so you could go elsewhere. You could definitely go elsewhere. Now, let's talk about the F-bombs for today. All right, we do have some more in the NBA. An 81% probability play in the NBA, followed by an 85% probability play in the NBA, and a 77% probability in the NHL. So if you guys want those, make sure you guys go click the link in the description. They are in the group. All right, once you get in the group, you guys will see all the probabilities, all the plays you see, all that stuff. So make sure if you guys want those, you go and get inside the group. And if you want to get coached by me one-on-one and me teach you exactly how I come up with these probabilities, also click the link in the description and book a call. All right. As always, guys, this is the Daily Profit. I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's show. Till then, I'm out.